What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Simple Minds, as well as a very content Luca. And we're returning to Real Cacophony, 1979, and the next tune of the playlist is Calling Your Name, which inevitably, as someone who went to a lot of trance parties in the 90s, makes me think of a very famous progressive trance tune, Calling Your Name, with the artists like Libra Presents Taylor on the Platypus label, but that is neither here nor there, because that is a decade and a half or so after this song was released. But yeah, just thinking about the phrase, the idea of calling out to someone on a more personal level, not like hey or hey you, but calling your name. Obviously it's directed like to a second person, so we wonder why the name is being called, what in what context, and what connotations that might have. But yes, it sounds like familiarity, maybe positive affinity, but yet I would not be surprised if there is a twist to it, or indeed if the vocals are such that I can't catch all of the lyrics on a first listen, so I'll do my best and see what I can decipher. This is Simple Minds, the track is Calling Your Name, and it's from the 1979 album Real Cacophony. There's definitely an eccentricity to it, as with a few of these early Simple Minds tracks on the first couple albums. There's a bit of a Roxy music feel here, also a bit like of a Gary Newman feel, something about a lot of the keyboard work that's happening, and indeed that really kind of mysterious, maybe a bit dangerous melodic line at the beginning, and then it came back a little bit past halfway, I think. That at first I was like, oh, it's keyboard. Oh wait, no, is that like guitar work? But I think it was keyboard. But that in particular, I like the atmosphere to that. And then there was a more like electronic metallic type of keyboard layer, and that again made me think of like a Newman tune. So yeah, like it sounded a bit Roxy music, a bit Japan, a bit Newman. There's some electronic sounds, but also like a rock sound. Indeed, there was a part in the latter half of the tune where it almost went into like a bit of a hard rock sound, at least in terms of what the guitar was doing, because it had like a bit of an edge to it, and then the end of the melodic bar of the guitar section, like it came around a couple times, it would get like really mangled and kind of dissonant. So yeah, it had a really edgy, harder sound to it. So yeah, like somewhere in the nexus of all those influences and associations that my brain makes is where this one was sonically. Lyrically, I don't know what to think of it. I mean, it is addressed to another person. Now, of course, I don't know if that's literally another human, or, it could be you in a more conceptual way, metaphorical way. But yeah, I didn't catch enough of the lyrics to get a real sense, other than it does sound targeted, and I don't know what calling your name would mean until I digest more of the lyrics over successive listens. But of course, let me know if you have some insight. And yeah, very cool. And once again, it's very interesting to hear this early Simple Minds when they had a bit more of a raw sound and a bit more of a... Not that their later material is... Because I was going to say off the beaten path. That doesn't mean that what comes in the next few albums in the early to mid 80s is, center lane, very on the beaten path, or very, like, radio friendly. But this is, again, more like eccentric art rock than a lot of the stuff that comes later. And certainly by the time you get to the mid/second half of the 80s, when, they have a sound that I've heard people talk about as like stadium rock and so on, like that's obviously very different from this. So again, it's cool the way we've gone through this. Very eccentric, again, started early 80s, went up to the middle of the 80s, now jumping back to the late 70s. It's been out of order, but I actually enjoy the way we've gone through it. So there's one more track here in the folder, and I don't know if we finished the album proper and these are bonus tunes, or whether this is all just the regular album, because I haven't checked on Discogs in some time. But there's one more tune in the folder, and it's called Scar. So that's what we'll look forward to next time. Do let me know what you think, and Luca and I will see you next time. Peace.